Hello and welcome to Insight. Today we have with us a very special guest, Roopa Moudgil. Roopa is the current IG of Bangalore as well as the MD of Karnataka Handicraft Development Corporation. Join me and Roopa as we discuss what it is to be a woman in a male-dominated profession. Roopa, it is such a pleasure for us to have you on Insight, and especially because you are my first female interviewee. Having said that, Roopa, you have been in great positions, you've worn many hats, women look up to you, but you have been a part of a profession that is often seen as a male-dominated profession. How have you navigated that?
So far, so good. Actually, in the academy where we are trained, the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad, there when we were training after getting selected for IPS, we are taught you are officers first and then women. But unfortunately, when you come to the field, when you wait for the postings and keep getting posted at different places, always I feel there is a thought in the mind of people who post you to somewhere doubt whether this woman can handle or not, twice, thrice, multiple times. So somewhere I think that bridge is not yet, the gap is not yet bridged. You said I've been in very exciting or good positions, but let me tell you, the positions that have been there, the posts, most of them are not at all sought after by anybody. They were nondescript posts and not many police officers would like to don these. But I have been working true to my heart and to my duty. So I think the laurels just come and then they make it look like, okay, these are good positions, but it's not generally so. When I was DIG prisons, nobody wants to go to prisons. In fact, I had been posted there after a long gap of 2 years. For 2 years almost there was nobody in that post. And similarly, Handicrafts corporation that I'm heading now, where I'm literally enjoying the work with the artisans and the handicraft and all that. That is also a position which not many police officers, nobody would like to get posted there. So, but I enjoy. So, I think it's all in mindset. You can work anywhere you go. No post is important. But it's just we who, we officers only, we have made ourselves, okay, this is important, that is important, because in some posts there are vested interests involved. So and there are many, there's so much of power and authority concentrated in certain posts that, you feel that, oh, now people will come to me, I'm sought after, I'm always looked up to, sought after for getting favors or for getting done work of others. So it becomes a prime post. But for those like me who feel ki in any post there is work and you can do, that doesn't make a difference.
So that's the reason that you took all these tough jobs.
I didn't take. I went wherever government posted me. I obeyed every government order. Not a single order I have ever challenged. Though I could have challenged because of the Police Act amendment and all that. There is a tenure now of 1 year in the state. Still, even when I have been transferred within that period, I have never challenged. Because I feel, see, what is my vested interest in any post? I can work anywhere and I get my salary. And I enjoy every post.
Well, it's a very demanding profession, clearly, and it has been difficult for women to navigate this space, especially when women in the field are less than 1% in leadership roles. What do you think can women do to create the kind of opportunities that can be created or opportunities that can be maximized in this field?
One is definitely creating role models of women who are already in this service. That will ensure more women come into this service, and when more women come, those stereotypes will somewhere vanish, disappear slowly. Women also have certain compulsions. It's not just the societal compulsions that they have to take care of the household, the children and all that, but it's also maternal instinct. You as a mother, you yourself feel like, yeah, I should go home early and after the office hours, be with children,
Quite
take
right.
care. So somewhere our system has to provide for this and not hold this against the woman, saying ki, all women are generalized. Oh, women, no, they don't stay even 1 minute after office hours. They don't work any extra hours if required after office hours. Oh, they will ask for too many kinds of leave, for childcare leave or any kind of leave for taking care of children, even if the child falls ill. So all these go again, and of course maternity leave, which they will take for about 6 months, 6.5 months. So these things go against women, but though the government has provided when somebody is sanctioning the leave, the mindset is, oh, women, okay, they keep taking so much leave. I think that should go. And the way the failure is attributed. For example, if there is a woman in a place, and if she fails, the way they look at her and the man. See, if a man fails, they'll say, oh, he was a very well experienced man. Somehow circumstances didn't work out for him. Whereas if a woman fails, they'll say, see, look, women, that woman couldn't handle. These women can't handle. They will generalize it. So that works to our disadvantage. Somewhere I think we should become aware of these factors, that it's just that our bias that we are bringing to the table when selecting women for a post. So these things have to change.
Roopa, you said something very interesting, and I think people miss out on that very often, when you said that we negate maternal instinct.
True.
We accept.
We bring so many things to table which I don't know men are unable to see yet. See, this department may be male dominated, but I believe I have myself experienced this. When I interrogated, I'm not since I was in the supervisory positions, any criminal would be brought to police station. They would be handled by the lower level hierarchy of officers, the sub inspector, the inspector, DSP, and so on. And me as the SP of the district would finally visit the place and see the overall thing. But I found when I would speak to him with the criminal for about 5 minutes or so, I would get so much information which these people wouldn't have got. So I felt, okay, this criminal is, I don't know, maybe because I'm a woman, he's confessing things with me. So women can bring a lot of things to table, the empathy, compassion, kindness, which can be harnessed, be it in police department or prisons department, which not much is tapped till now. People still think, oh, we have to work the male dominated way of taking the police force, which is not true.
Very well said, Is this the reason, because of this lack of sensitization, maybe lack of being able to accept that women can play multiple roles as efficiently? Is this one of the reasons that mostly women police officers are put in loop line jobs?
Yes, partly yes. That's what, as I said, the doubting Toms that whether the women can handle these posts or not, their tough posts and so on, those doubts. And also I feel somewhat they feel that, as I said, they'll ask for leave and this and that. These are the things which make, and one more thing, when the postings are done, I'll tell you what happens. This happens perhaps in every field, including the corporates. Many important decisions in the department are made while wining and dining, while networking. Women miss out on this somehow. Naturally, after office hours, you can't sit with others every day wining and dining. You have to go and take care of the household, and then you are conducting your networking party somewhere in golf club, this and that, where in some golf clubs even women are not even allowed. So this networking helps, but women miss out on that networking, and somewhere they also lag behind getting what they want in that position. And also, see, if a woman is assertive, they'll think, oh, this woman is very pushy, dominant, they attach a very negative value to it, whereas the same kind of behavior exhibited by man will be looked up to. And if you play very feminine, the very submissive, mild and all that, they'll roughshod and they'll say, this woman is very soft, she can't handle. So it works both ways. The only solution is in many more and more women coming up and taking this. But I wouldn't like to restrict this thing only to the women as such. But more than the gender thing, what I feel is we need for this country more and more officers with probity in their public life, those who are honest, known for integrity. And many times this recurrent thought occurs in my mind. If everybody did their duty as what they were required to, there wouldn't exist so many problems. If everybody realized their duty and did it, I'm sure more than half the problems would vanish. It's because somebody else is not doing his duty or her duty, it piles on the other. And see, we come from the land of where, the Bhagavad Gita, which says, which speaks about karma yoga. I don't think there's any other grantha or the holy book which speaks of duty as such. So taking your duty, karmaneva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetur ma sangotir karmani. So do your duty. I don't know why many officers hesitate. Even when the rules are clear, black and white, they get, I don't know, in their minds, irrational fears. Oh, if I do this, this will happen. If I do that, that may happen. And they just sit quiet without doing much, just buying time. And there's so much lost in, when you don't do. Progress doesn't happen. You have to decide, you have to be decisive, you have to take decision. Even if things go wrong, that's fine. Somewhere, some decision is made. So many people procrastinate their decisions in public life. I'm among the officers that I've seen. And also, that's what, we have to do our duty. So,
you spoke about Dharma being so important to you. Has it or how has it helped you in your administration? Have you used skills honed because of your knowledge of this philosophy?
Yes, I'm quite influenced, and I keep remembering all these verses, and every time they keep running at the back of my mind. See, as public servants, we are required to be fair and empathetic to the last man on earth. And there is this beautiful line in I think Shanti Parva Mahabharata. It says, Atmano pratikulani paresham na samachret, which means if you think something is disadvantageous to you, something is bad for you, then don't do it for others. So this applies to everybody, not just the officers. See, we as officers, we keep encouraging the red tapeism, the delay, and we must try and put ourselves in the common man's shoe and think that, okay, if this would happen to me, the same delay, how would I feel? So don't do it to others who come to you and where you are supposed to give, supposed to deliver, and supposed to act fairly. You're supposed to act fair, yeah.
Correct. But you've also been known as a very honest officer. Does this come from your recognition of dharma and duty? And have you faced consequences for it that you could have avoided?
No, I don't regret anything at all. I have had a certain discomfiture, but that doesn't deter me. Whenever I have done the whistleblowing act, only few of them are known, not many others are known. It's not that suddenly one fine day I wake up and I do some whistleblowing act. I've been doing it wherever, even small, big. Some may be known, some are mostly unknown. So it comes as a habit to take on the system and to call spade a spade and to correct things in spite of opposition, because vested interests will not allow change to happen very fast. So to stand up to that opposition and to blow the whistle and to say something is wrong. It takes courage, and it doesn't come just in one day. It is, I believe, a habit. If you act courageously in one situation, it carries on to the other, and you act courageously in the next too. And then courage also comes from clarity. When you know your job. See, I don't wear it as a cap that I am acting boldly at all. No. This is what I am supposed to do. If the system has somehow gone wrong, away from the rules or whatever, we sitting there in the system, in that chair, are supposed to correct it. Otherwise, who is going to correct? Of course, there may be public who may support you. There might be others, NGOs, or even good politicians who may be supportive. But you are the one who is supposed to do that, to correct it, to apne kalam se, you can set it right. And I believe many politicians are fair enough if they are told ki ye to rules ke mutabik nahi hai, how it is going to, because rules and laws are made also with a fairness, right? Why are rules made otherwise? If kisi ko kuch bhi, we can do anything, partiality or favoritism, then things will go haywire. So law is there to ensure that equality and fairness. So when you explain to them, many of them buy it and they don't pressurize. I have till now not been pressurized by any politician. Maybe because they feel ki it's a waste to tell her, I don't know, but but otherwise I must admit I have not been pressurized. And this is what I feel ki many of the fears of bureaucrats or the officers are irrational. So keep doing duty, and that would help everybody, including oneself.
So even when I've heard these stories about you in one of your whistleblowing episodes where you have removed excesses overnight in terms of the security guards or the cars that were issued, even then you didn't face any heat?
No, I have been transferred several times because naturally people don't like a whistleblower. The system tries to get away, do away with such a person. But I believe transfers, they are not at all punishments as public servants. I know the conditions, right? When I opted for IAS or I'm for the IPS, I knew I'm not going to stay in a particular place for years together till I retire. So transfers are part of life of an officer. And I have accepted that. See, problem what happens is many officers get adjusted to the comfort zone. Once they settle down, once they get into a place, they settle down there and they think kind of that is permanent, and they get used to all the comforts, luxuries that come with the post. But I think I don't get adjusted to any such comforts, and I feel that's a good way to lead life, because every time you face challenges, you grow. With your experiences to take on obstacles, to take on challenges, you grow as a person, and that finally helps you till the end. So I like facing discomfiture, disorder, chaos. I'm not averse to chaos. I'm not averse to criticism. I listen to criticism, and there are many officers, when you start criticizing them, when you start telling them ki dekho, your office has not done this, they really get so upset and they may even shut you off. But I welcome if any public comes to I always keep an open door policy. So anybody can walk into my office and tell their problems concerned with my work. So when they come and complain anything that your office has not done this, or it's on your table or here or there, I have seen that I don't, like other officers, I don't react in a very defensive manner. I in fact take it positively, the criticism, and I set it right. That is my goal, setting right the problems. So that's what I believe, there will be many sweet talkers, but not many people will tell you the bitter truth. You should be open to bitter truth. That will enhance your ability to take the sweetness later. Apriyasya cha pathyasya vakta shrota cha durlabha. Those who tell the bitter truth are very less. Those who tell also and hear also, they are very less in number.
Absolutely. I think that quality has to be really developed and honed. I don't think it comes easily to people. But having said that, one of the other things that you've adapted to, and we have heard that you are making great strides, is as in the position of MD of Kaveri Emporium. How is that going? And my part two of this question is that handicrafts, as we know, is really the second largest employer in this country after agriculture. So it's a really, really important section of employability. Having said that, what are the reforms that you think need to be made? And what is the impact that it will have on women? Because a large amount of craftsmen are women.
So I took over as MD of Karnataka State Handicrafts Development Corporation on Jan 1. It's been 11 months. COVID has hit us hard because not many people are coming to the shops to buy the handicrafts, so artisans are hit hard. And therefore I first started this online thing. Till then it wasn't there. I tied up with a Flipkart in January, then later Amazon, and then we revamped our website we included a sales portal there. We even brought Paytm because earlier people were paying cash in our counters, but they said, okay, don't you have Paytm or Google Pay? So I got in that also. So we have gone online, Kaveri. I have Kaveri Emporiums at 12 places all over the country. One is in Delhi, Khadak Singh Marg, and then Sikandrabad, and then Chennai, Kevadia, Gujarat, and then many more in our state, Karnataka. We have 13 craft complexes all over the state. Our USP, unique selling point, is the sandalwood art, because the sandalwood that is available in Western Ghats is very unique. Its oil is known to be very fragrant compared to red sandalwood and all available in other states. And our artisans are also very trained and experienced in doing the finer aspects of the idols and figurines and all that. Yeah, because of the COVID, the exports also have come down and the internal sales also came down, but it has picked up. From July this year, if you compare it with previous July and previous to previous July, it has increased 3 times. The sales have increased 3 times, which is a very heartening thing. And then to the artisans, during COVID we gave financial support from our CSR funds, and I have been conducting a lot of exhibitions, exhibitions of handicrafts come sale, to encourage, where we give directly rent-free shops to the artisans. They don't have to pay a penny. They just have to come and keep their products. They're even given TADA by the government, and freight charges for bringing their cargo. All is taken care of. That is to encourage them to sell directly to the customers and have the benefit. So we are doing one by one. Let's see.
These are obviously, a lot of them are small businesses run by women. How do you think that they gain from this sort of online opportunities that you've created for them?
Actually, in our this one, both male and female workers are there, artisans. Because sandalwood and bronzeware and such arts, handicrafts, it's a family thing where the man will do certain portions of the work, the female, the woman of the household will assist him in some other things, bronzeware, bidriware, and so on. Now, this handmade kasuti or embroidery, that is where even the Navalgund daris are there, Jamkhana. That is one where exclusively it is done by women, and we have conducted training programs for them to upgrade their skills. In doing the handicrafts, we have provided them better designs or more sober collections of color combinations, because earlier it was a little gaudy, we felt. So we are trying to give new designs, giving them training, and also telling them, training them in marketing skills, in how to handle finances. In all these, we are conducting training programs. But of course, because of the various COVID restrictions, lockdown, we couldn't do some of the programs, but now it is picking up.
Well, we can only hope for the best
Yes,
now
yes,
that, you know, we...
yeah, I have put my heart and soul into it. Let's see.
Absolutely. I think it's such an important sector in our country and it deserves this kind of attention and personal involvement. Having said that, you've also been DIG Prisons, and I'm sure you must have seen a lot of areas that need severe reform, especially when it comes to women being in prisons. You know, some of them have their children with them. Could you shed a little light on what you saw and what were the gaps that needed to be bridged?
Yeah, see, there are many women who are having small children. Up to 5 years of age, the children also can be kept in the prison. So, you know, they need more, even see for a 3-year-old, some school kind of an activity needs to be there, classes have to be there, otherwise idle mind is devil's workshop. So some kind
Right
of crash.
now there aren't any.
No, they were there. So, see, it depends on officer being there. If many of the government things, in the government what happens, an officer takes up initiative and does something, later it's just gone to dogs after the successor wouldn't like to take up the works done by the predecessor for whatever reasons. So it used to be there, I was told, but then I had not seen it during my period. I was there in the prisons only for about, as DIG prisons, for 1.5 months, no, barely 1 month, just 1 month. And I listed out many irregularities and I gave this report. So after that I was transferred. So I found that women need support in terms of creche and also playing playground for children, play toys and all that. That is particularly with respect to women. And otherwise, there are many other things like, there's a lot of drugs that was going on in the prison, which I had reported, that needs to be controlled. Yeah.
I think these are really, really important aspects of prison reform that you've brought to light. But do you see anywhere in the near future that these prison reforms are going to be taken seriously?
They have to be taken seriously. See what happens, many a time I have felt that, you know, in any department, going digital is the key to suppress or control corruption. And digitization also includes the watching, the vigilance, the CCTV cameras and so on. Now prison is one area where nobody can enter, right? Only even if the visitors are entering, they just visit in the gallery and come back. You can walk into police station, even if you are a general member of the public, you can just walk into police station and say, ki, I have this complaint to take. So you get to know the environment there. You can walk into any office, government office, and say, I want this income certificate, or I want my khata to be transferred. So you can walk in and actually, even if whether work gets done or not, that's a later part, but you actually get to know their behavior, how they behave, what is going on. But in prisons, you don't even have that opportunity. They are like dark dungeons where black holes where nobody knows what is going on inside. Therefore, there is more need to monitor that place through CCTVs everywhere, so that people sitting at the central offices can also monitor without going there. Yeah, that needs more of vigilance there. True.
Roopa, you've given us such great insights and you've spoken so candidly about what has been done, what needs to be done, and how women like yourselves have had to work hard and stick to their dharma to be where they are. But there are a lot of women that look up to you. You're a lot of young girls who want to be like you. A lot of them may not have had the opportunity to get the kind of direction that maybe some others have had. What would you suggest to them? How do they build their careers in largely male-dominated professions like you have with integrity and honesty?
Well, firstly, they should decide that they want this. Many women at times, not just women, it applies to men too, girls and boys. Sometimes we want something, but then we also have, nahi ye bhi karna hai, wo bhi karna hai, we are confused. And you're not putting full efforts because, see, it's like this. Suppose I want to reduce weight, but then I want to eat very good food everywhere, every time. Then how will you? So these are like, conflicting things, right, in achieving the same goal. You want to study, you want to get first rank or a very good marks, but then you also want to sleep well and relax also. Now they are not going to work. So when you have firstly decide your goal and then put your full efforts, you have to, if you think from your if you put all your heart and soul, I'm sure it will come. You will be able to achieve it. Sky is the limit. And don't get bogged down by what others say to you. It's all in mind. If we believe we can, we will be able to do it. And any small doubt, oh, whether I'll be able to do this or not, that's not going to take you anywhere. So believe in it fully, and let it be on the righteous path. Then all things will come true. The youngsters are very well informed, right? You get so much on internet. Even how to have a goal or how to build your career, there's so much material available. You can listen to. These youngsters know everything, but the problem is in jutting ourselves to, bringing ourselves to doing it. Listening and knowing is a different thing, whereas doing is totally different. Sadly these days it's all instant, right? Children want everything instantly. Instant dosa, instant food, instant coffee, whatnot, everything. Like you just switch, something is coming. If you don't want, you can put your own things on the TV. Whereas we had to wait for serials to come that particular day. I mean, I'm saying in every way, everything is instantaneous. You just get it at the click of a button. So, but this doesn't work for when you're achieving. You have to, the going is tough actually. You have to work hard and bring your both physical body and mind to do it and go through hardships, which I feel many times is missing in today's generation, because they just give in very easily. एक बार नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है, दूसरा try कर लेंगे type. But don't do that. Have a goal and stick to it. And in this rat race of getting ahead in terms of money and success, somewhere we also leave out our, as you said, dharma, which is not, I don't mean dharma by meaning religion, but the righteous path. It's like, janami dharmam nacha me pravritti, janami adharmam nacha me nivritti. This is what Karna tells in Mahabharata. And that means I know that it is not dharma, but I'm not able to indulge in it. I know this is the right path, but I'm not able to do it. I know this is not the I know this is right path, I'm not able to do it. I know this is the wrong path, still I'm not able to abstain from it. So we know everything these days. It's just that we have to do the action part, which is, actions should speak more.
Well said, Roopa, and thank you so much for making this such an enjoyable discussion, and I hope to have you back on Insight very soon.
Really?
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
As Roopa said, women in tough professions need to move ahead with clarity, integrity, and strength, keeping in mind their dharma. I hope you have gained as much insight as I have. Until next time, thank you for watching.